Watch Dogs 2 is nearly perfect. Now, I know it sounds like a bold claim. The game has been known as an underrated gem for years now, but I genuinely believe this game should be up there as one of the greatest open world games of a generation. So, I wanted to bring you guys on my experience of playing this game for the first time. I did the same nearly 2 years ago when I beat Watch Dogs 1, as well as playing a Watch Dogs Legion as a full Let's Play series on my channel. Now, it's time to do it again. We start off in front of a server farm ran by Bloom. You know, like from the first game. Just this time in San Francisco. It's a very nice scenery change from the previous game's location of Chicago, being on the East Coast and having this very much West Coasty vibe on the other side. The map setup does seem to end up being fairly similar, with a little bit of a more rural town near the north, in this game it being Oakland, which isn't in reality very rural, but they kind of play it off so in this game, with the main part of the map being towards the bottom. But that really doesn't take away any of the new feeling of it being very fresh and very new. Dropping into the Bloom facility as Retro, or as we get to know him now by his real name Marcus, we are attempting an initiation trial to the well-renowned hacker group DedSec. You know, like from the first game. Now, immediately, you can already tell traversal will be so much more fun in Watch Dogs 2 compared to the rest of the franchise. Marcus basically has parkour movement, so you can kind of just run forward and he'll do the rest, which makes it so easy to run around on foot. Using flips, jumping over large gaps, as well as climbing over everything quicker, just feels so much smoother than a slightly clunkier Aiden Pierce, or whichever character you decide to control in Legion. With this little bit of movement though, we get close enough to our first enemies. So now we start to learn what we have to work with when it comes to combat. Our melee is essentially what seems like a weighted yo-yo, which is incredibly cool to see being used effectively, as well as a stun gun with a small recharge but infinite ammo. Later on, we eventually get access to regular guns like any other game, but the stun gun and the yo-yo are definitely the main standout weapons throughout this playthrough. Then of course we finally run into the big mechanic of Watch Dogs, the hacking. There was a bit of a learning curve for me when it came to the hacking. With the previous game, the hacking felt very simple and very minimalistic. You had one button to click and that would cause your hack. Versus in this game, you kind of have this drop-down option of menus that you can then use a subsequent hack to specifically do something with this option. Now, I know that sounds a little confusing, but hopefully the video with it makes more sense for you. Now, with some of the core mechanics being learned, we can finally start to really apply them and make our way around the server room. Really starting to find out what our main objective is here. Basically erasing our search history from Bloom's servers.
What the fuck? Why's my threat so high?
Wow. Wow. My god, Marcus, I didn't know you was like that. Oh, no. Is it bull? I don't think it's bull. You know it ain't bull.
Or I could just... Just gonna drop a little backdoor into the system so I can get back inside later. Sorry, Bloom. We've got unfinished business.
He's heading out. Bag him.
Yeah. Hold it right there.
Help him.
Where the fuck am I go?
Josh! Okay.
Fuck you, Bloom. Am I in?
Welcome to DedSec.
Let's go ahead and meet the crew now. First, we have Satara. She's the master of marketing in terms of getting the DedSec name out there, running the social media app, networking, creating these incredible information leak videos, which also sort of work as a recruitment style video. Second is Josh, probably the most advanced hacker of the group. He can handle most of the extensive hacks and the bigger jobs the crew ends up getting into. Also, a big thing with his character is he ends up having Asperger's syndrome that is found out in a DLC, which I don't have, that I had to look up later on in a different part. It adds extra charm to his character though, and makes for some really fun interactions you don't typically get to see in games. Third is Wrench, the quote-unquote wild card of the group. He's obviously a skilled hacker like everyone else is, but he's also a very good mechanic. He ends up creating a lot of cool rides and rigs up things for us to go ahead and use along our journey. Fourth is Horatio, dealing with most of the planning and mapping out of the majority of our operations in terms of how to maneuver around like the buildings and systems and being able to get that stuff done. Also later on, we learn he has a very valuable way to help us take down Bloom, but I'd rather get into that a little bit later down the line. What DedSec is really attempting to do, or at least this part of it that we get to see, is take down Bloom and all the corrupt tech moguls and politicians in the San Francisco, Oakland, and Silicon area, as well as really as much of the world as they possibly can. So after introductions, the whole crew ends up celebrating Marcus' successful break-in and initiation, but they seem to get a little carried away before the end of the night. Marcus and everyone else ends up getting pretty wasted and a bit reckless, which ends with an interaction with this guy, who we'll also get into more a little bit later on. Definitely seemed to have set off some red flags in Marcus's head though, as he decides to throw his phone in the river after the anonymous guy messes with his phone. But so far the introduction of this game has been great. Smooth gameplay, clear objective, and at this point, really likable and unique characters. This game has not missed a beat. So let's see if anything changes as we start to really get into what this game is about.
Hello? Whose phone is this?
It's your new phone.
Where's my phone?
In the ocean, where you threw it, I think. I don't remember. I was pretty smashed. Look, meet us at the hackerspace.
Where?
Check your pics and figure it out.
Okay, come on. Yo, whose place am I in?
Cause I could never make you unhappy. No, I couldn't do that, girl. Only wish I could love you so. Makes it so very hard to know. Cause I love you so.
After a quick outfit change, we finally get on the road for the first time. Now, my driving history in Watch Dogs hasn't been great, but new game, new driver. Well, with my incredible driving getting us there quickly, we made it to our home base. This location will end up serving as the main base of operations for the entire rest of this game, and surprisingly, it gets untested. So we settle in and find some interesting things around the base, like a 3D printer for weapons. You know, I don't think that's how a gun works, but I'll take it. Anyways, after some discussion with everyone, we end up going after this pharmaceutical CEO who raises the prices of the medicine artificially for the company he runs. We end up giving him a call, posing as his favorite rapper, who he loves so much he's trying to buy exclusive rights to his brand new album, so he'll be the only one to ever be able to hear it. The facade doesn't end up lasting long though, as we end up leaking all of his information out to the public so everyone can see all the price gouging that he does. Then after that success, we then turn to Marcus and Wrench watching the new trailer to a Cyberdriver movie. In that trailer, it highlights a talking car that DedSec now wants to get their hands on. So we make our way over to the studio where the movie is being filmed to find the script as well as information on where the car is, using mostly this amazing RC jumper, allowing you to complete some levels without ever stepping foot in a dangerous area, which definitely turns into the most useful tool for the entire rest of this game. After hacking the laptop with the jumper, we exchanged some dirt that we picked up along the way with one of Satara's contacts, member of the paparazzi, who was then able to tell us where the car was being held. So now, after knowing where it is, of course, we steal it and make our way over to Wrench's garage, giving the car a little DedSec makeover, as well as being able to give it some hardware upgrades, so now we're able to remote control it. We drive it around the city for all the cops and everyone to be able to see. It also causes news helicopters to cover the entire chase and be able to help get DedSec's name out there more.
Oh, the internet. Oh, the world.
And with that, our short time with an incredible car is over.
Started out as just a trickle, then boom. The numbers haven't stopped climbing. This was a good target.
Yeah, but was it?
You don't think?
No, I mean, of course, look at the numbers, but I don't know, I mean, what are we gonna do? You know, for real.
Aim bigger.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Are you watching? No. It's like sadtube.com. A channel for sad people, am I right? Yes, them. Come on. Look at them. They've got their own goddamn branding. I've been following them since they accessed our server network. Jesus Christ, don't yell in my fucking ear. Use your inside voice, will you? Anyways, it's all done other than the handshake. We're working with the human Zulu in case it gets to the collateral damage part of the relationship. They'll be discreet.
Satara is now calling us over to HQ to handle a new problem. New Dawn. A bunch of rich elitist church a-holes that just took down DedSec's most recent video, partially because of the use of Cyberdriver's lead star, as well as New Dawn's golden boy, Jimmy Siska. Satara wants to go after Siska for all of his involvement and for him being the spokesperson for New Dawn, but Marcus and Wrench are big fans and they want to try to turn Siska against New Dawn instead. So, the plan is now to break into one of New Dawn's local facilities to dig up whatever blackmail they may potentially have on Siska and try and see if he will work with us. After breaking into the church's facility, we learn that Jimmy Siska owes the church a lot of money and has an emergency audit scheduled. Marcus then diverts the church's auditor and has a chat with Siska instead. Posing as the auditor, we now learn of a special location called the Red Room, which Siska seems to be very afraid of. Apparently it's a place where people that get on New Dawn's bad side end up and don't come back from. We're not giving any specifics on the location or really much more about it, so Marcus ends up reaching out to an old family friend, City Councilor Miranda. Having a close relationship with Marcus, as well as a history of butting heads with New Dawn, Miranda seemed like the perfect person to call. So after getting a little lecture from Miranda about safety, she points us towards the location of the Red Room, in which now we end up looking for what New Dawn is hiding. We end up stealing some footage from New Dawn holding people captive, and we have another surprise run-in with Jimmy Siska. This time though, somehow, New Dawn already has him tied up in the Red Room, going through some re-education. One phone call later to Miranda and some updating on the situation, we agree to go to the Temple of New Dawn. But before we get there, we meet up with Siska, who has agreed to help DedSec create a video going against the church. Then going to the temple, I end up potentially finding my new favorite mechanic in this entire game. If you have enough botnet charges, which are the things that you use to build up to be able to hack, you can end up creating false criminal charges against any enemy you come up against. With the temple out of the open, as well as the temple having a positive front, police are allowed to get in there as much as they want. So very slowly, one by one, I started calling the cops on each and every security guard in this temple. All you have to do is hide out as your botnet charges recharge, as well as you can hack guards to speed up the process, and I never really got into harm's way. With an empty temple, it's as easy as hacking the grid system attached to the elevator to get down into the basement. The basement is where the relics are held, as well as the place that Marcus wants to create his new video.
We're looking at New Dawn's prized possessions, the foundation of their entire religion. Rows of ancient Sumerian tablets. There's a lot of crazy shit in here, but this is something special. Why aren't they in a museum? I mean, what gives the church the right to keep these hidden away from us? Let's find out. Oh, it says do not touch, but I really want to touch. I mean, just a little. Come on. So much rich history. I mean, I am so glad to be a part of all the... Oh, no. They're fucking fake. This is all bullshit. People commit to New Dawn, pay millions of dollars before they get to see these, and they're fake. As fake as everything else the church promises. Yeah. Now I feel better. Let's go home.
Now we move to our next major target, a company that called out and disrespected DedSec's name on national television. Home. Home, spelled H-A-U-M, is a privacy security company that just released their brand new Home 2.0, which promises that paired with the new CTOS, it can protect you from threats like DedSec. So, taking everything personally like DedSec does, it's off to the races to knock down Home a few notches. Down to the port where a distribution center is, we find out which truck is holding some of Home's equipment after matching some license plates and making our getaway by having the car drive itself out. This is a prime example in this game of all the creative ways you can go about completing levels, which I really enjoy. I don't think there's any time I went through a level the same way if I ended up failing it. It was like there was constantly a puzzle to solve with as many options as your mind could make up. Back to Wrench's garage though, and after a bit of searching, Wrench is able to find one of Home's security bots that we need, so we can test around with Home 2.0's new hardware.
Sweet. Yes, sir. Okay, you did a good job.
I'm not
Figure it out.
saying you're blaming them, just saying that the opponent.
Okay, from the beginning. Stop.
Nice. Finally got it. Good job.
No more rules. These are like liquid cocaine. You think that's a good idea for Josh? Nope. Not gonna happen.
Here we go.
I want to say to everybody here to motherfucking DedSec that we are the baddest motherfucking hacking, coding, stealing. Well, we don't tell the cops I said that shit. But cheers to us, DedSec.
After that nice hacking montage, it's time to test out how well we have mastered the new Home 2.0 software, and hack into a model home smart house. One thing I think Home wasn't expecting though was driving a car inside the house as a distraction. We learned though that most of the information is being stored off-site, which means we had to get out and do a bit more digging on where that location could be. So we're better off to start than Home's main system. This is one of the few times I actually played a level a bit more loud and shooting people. I felt like in this game it was significantly easier to stealth around, but after an error and getting spotted, a lot of people ended up on the ground. Yet still, I had to get into a hiding spot to be able to hack into the main server. What we find out, of course, is something super illegal. Selling off users' data to insurance companies to raise rates and get money for it. So we meet up with Wench to make our way to the Sutro Tower, to be able to get the word out to the public about what Home is doing with their private information.
By the way, nice paint job on the little guy.
Yeah. I think we're about to earn ourselves a vacation. Are you in?
I always wanted to swim with dolphins. No, stingrays. Stingrays would be cool.
Oh, no, fuck that, dude. Those fuckers killed a crocodile hunter. You can't trust them. Veto.
That's your one veto. Dolphins it is.
Oh, come on, Marcus. You can't trust them either.
Really? Why not?
I saw this documentary once, okay? Theme park sets up overnight dolphin camps because people kept getting murdered. Sure enough, they end up with a grade A dolphin snuff video in the morning.
That sounds more like orcas.
No, dolphins, dude. Flippers, fins, blowholes, you know.
After that fantastic conversation, we make it up to the tower and have to hack and climb all the way up, which even in video game form doesn't sit too well with my fear of heights. Luckily, that doesn't seem to be an issue with anyone else on the crew.
Hey, nice view.
Yeah, I noticed.
Fly like foot.
And now to watch that sweet, sweet burn.
Sure you configured it properly?
Dude, I don't question you about crypto shit, do I?
Guys, shut up. I'm in.
Here with the CEO of Home, who I'm told has a
Always got a surprise for them, alright.
I brought our newest device with me, and I'm happy to announce the launch of Home 2.0.
Hell yeah!
Just a simple push of a button.
That's the DeadSec logo. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you care to comment on that?
Nice.
Turn it off. We're done. We're done here. We're done.
That was humiliating! Steven. You took a bad beat, buddy. It happens.
Listen to me, you smart son of a bitch, you promised!
Not your smartest move, Steven. You've had some monumental fuck-ups recently. Sit down. Dude, I gave you the means to, you know, be proactive with all that data. And you screwed the pooch on fucking television, dude. Somebody's probably doing an auto-tune of your interview right now. Don't go near DeadSec. They're my responsibility. All you need to do is figure out an apology to my lawyers for laying your hands on me. You gonna be okay? You gonna be okay? Say yes. There you go. I'm gonna get you a glass of water.
Let's go ahead and now start to get some of the smaller stuff out of the way after a massive win against Home. Starting with Satara asking for help with her niece. Satara says her niece streams too much on the internet and is hoping Marcus will help teach her a lesson. So, let's spook her by messing with some of the technology in her room to spook her out of streaming for a while.
Oh, Mom! Jimmy fucked up my music! Oh, I hate this house! Fuck my life! Jimmy! Oh, fucking shitballs! I can, ow. John boy, I'll still, Abby, I'll still do it, I can still do it, babe! I'll pee right now! I can just what? Oh!
Sounds like now companies are getting scared of just the name DeadSec. Farmingtons are apparently starting to fire people just for any discussion around DeadSec, so of course we have to go check that out. After hacking into one of Farmington's computers though, it seems like it turned out to be true. As the top tier citizens we are though, we make sure everyone that got wrongfully terminated goes home with a nice parting gift. I think everyone can be in agreement that there are some humans that deserve to be tied up and thrown in the San Francisco Bay. Like this man. Somebody likes children way more than any sane adult should. Only thing we can do right now though is psychological torture, which obviously isn't enough, but hopefully the people he'll be sharing a cell with won't be as kind. Couple laps around the go-kart track later, we end up back at base to a panicking Josh.
Shit.
Hey man, what's going on?
I was looking at our numbers, how many people downloaded our app, how much processing power we had available, and that's when I saw it.
What?
A chunk of our followers and bots came from inactive or dead invite accounts.
Hey, wait, so someone used a social media site to boost our numbers? Who?
And how many fucking accounts,
I don't
man?
know who, but it came from inside invite, someone with admin access, I'm sure of that. As for how many...
Fuck
Sorry, I didn't check. No, it's all my fault, I didn't check.
Josh,
No, I
it's
didn't
not your
check.
fault.
You know, maybe someone inside Invite is a fan.
Yeah, or maybe we're getting set up to get fucked.
Should've checked.
We need to find out.
Marcus, find your way inside.
I should've just checked.
Josh, it's not your fault, okay? Look, we all saw the numbers. You're the only one who caught it. You did good. Huh?
Time to make our way over to Invite. To make sure they really know not to mess with DedSec, we gotta hack into the CEO's computer. First though, that means we need access to the elevator to get into her office. What was weird though is we didn't run into any resistance. They kinda just let us walk right on up to it.
I'm in. Trying to figure out who boosted our numbers. Whoa, whoa. What happened?
The flag clients just vanished. We lost the bots. What did you do?
Nothing. This isn't me.
Marcus, is this a bad time? Sort of feels like a bad time. Bet she drinks it with ice. I don't really need to introduce myself, do I?
I know who you are. That night at the beach, man, I knew you looked fucking familiar.
Well, Venus must have been in retrograde or some bullshit because I think it was fate that I was in the night that you hacked into our system. I had to meet you, and there you were, pissing on your sneakers. All brains and no aim.
What's Bloom's CTO doing in the office of the CEO of Invite? And why'd you boost our numbers? This the part where you offer me a six-figure salary?
No, fuck no. No. You could code circles around most of my programmers. No, see, I can't pitch CTOS 2.0 as a state-of-the-art security system and then hire someone that's on the no-fly list. Whoa. I just came here to have a drink. But hey, if you want to have a drink and a dance, I'm in.
Oh, you think it's a fucking joke? Huh?
Do it. Roll a fucking punch.
You got everybody eating out your fucking hands thinking the system's bulletproof? You can't see the people you're stepping on.
Guess what, Marcus? Guess what? The people want to be told who is good and who is bad. They don't care how it works, only that it does.
But it doesn't fucking work.
A few fucking civilian casualties is the cost you have to pay for the betterment of the world. You're fighting a war no one gives a shit about. Now they're just swimming upstream right into the grizzly's mouth.
So why'd you prop up DedSec's numbers?
There's no one in Silicon Valley who could throw a proper punch. That, and you're a great investment. You're so aggressive, so indignant. You frightened the rest of Silicon Valley right to my doorstep.
You used us to sell CTOS 2.0 to them.
It was the ultimate deterrent against hackers like you. And now, everyone needs my protection. So, here it is, Marcus. Your record is back on file. Your backdoor access is plugged. And those bots I gave you, you're gone. Oh, and there's a warrant out for your arrest. Hacking, corporate espionage, and breaking and entering. It's okay. I was done with it anyway. Fuck.
Now we know why it was so easy to get up there, and now so hard to leave. A car chase later, it's now desperately time for a regroup. The issue is, that regroup is a pretty depressing one. Hope was pretty much lost across the group after having Dusan Numek, the CEO of Bloom himself, against us and major information leaked. This battle seemed pretty insurmountable. Marcus, now really being the only one feeling like they have a chance, tries to rally everyone together at a festival that they went to for an ability to get away. Marcus is able to go to each member of DedSec individually to convince them to come back together for a competition at the festival. In which, in that competition, we used Josh's really cool quadcopter to help us hack the target easier. That target being a giant dragon in the middle of the festival that we need to try to make breathe fire, in which we do. Prize we win? Shrooms. Souped up shrooms even. Who we get our prizes from, though, is the most interesting thing in this entire game. The one and only Raymond Kenny. Yes, that Raymond Kenny from Watch Dogs 1 that had a compound of weapons and defensive tech that Aiden Pierce was able to use to attack a ton of attackers. So after Marcus realizes who he is, they end up having a very interesting conversation. We do decide to bring Ray back to base, where there is definitely a bit of pushback. Mostly just Satara though. Josh is already a fan of Kenny's, and Wrench and Horatio are pretty easygoing and trust Marcus's instinct. Warming back up again after a small break, and after a small tip from a DeadSec follower, we decide to shoot a fun little exercise video starring Home CEO.
I got this.
Dude, are you okay?
Oh.
Time to start getting a bit more serious again. Catching up with Ray, also nicknamed T-Bone, and Satara, we learn that Bloom has an in on Noodle, Watch Dogs' version of Google. So everything you search then also goes to Bloom in their ever-expanding bellwether. Clearance into Noodle is incredibly tough though, but this is where Horatio comes in incredibly clutch by actually working at Noodle to gather information. That also means he found a way to get Marcus access as a bus driver so he can at least initially access some of the buildings on Noodle property. If you were wondering, yes, that's what I was mentioning earlier in this video when I was talking about the special thing that Horatio was, and that being him working at Noodle. This is also a big reason why Horatio hasn't been around too much in the beginning of this game, is he has to keep his cover at Noodle, he actually has to work shifts and do all the work stuff at Noodle. But we end up going and picking up Horatio the next morning and make our way to where the buses are held. Doing the rounds as a bus driver, we hear some pretty wild conversations and Horatio putting on his best work voice.
Horatio, what are you doing first on the bus?
What can I say? I'm an eager beaver.
Anyway, the juicing has really turned my life around. I feel lighter, my mind freer. I hate to break it to you, but juicing doesn't do squat. You haven't tried my juice. I'm serious. What you want is the pulp. That's the healthy part. Juicing extracts all that. All you're drinking is sugar, smoothies. Now that's where it's at. Load them up with fruit, veg, superfoods. Superfoods? Yeah, like goji berries, maca powder, all that good stuff. You have a lot to learn.
Making our way into the building, we run into this guy, Brody, who Horatio says has always had it out for him and is now giving him some vague HR threats. Pushing past that for now, our next objective is to navigate the whole Noodle complex and to get to the maintenance elevator. But as we're doing that, we lose contact with Horatio. With help from Satara, we're able to hack a camera into the room that Horatio's GPS says he's in, where we see Brody basically interrogating him and say he'll rat out Horatio as a member of DeadSec. We can't have that happen though, clearly. So after we swiftly hack the server room and plant whatever evidence Brody has on Horatio back onto Brody, causing Horatio to walk out scot-free. A little reconvening later, we end up having all the evidence to see that Bloom is using Noodle's search engine to increase their bellwether.
Yo, how's the transfer going?
It's gold, Marcus. Gold.
Bloom's definitely tapped into Noodle's pipeline. They've even given Noodle limited access to their content.
I'm all for singing Kumbaya, but this shit's got Dushan written all over it.
For Bloom and Noodle to be cooperating like this, it's a major find. But it scares the fuck out of me.
Oh, come on, guys. Noodle ain't that bad.
Horatio.
Hey, enjoy the dump, but save a beer for me, all right, Wrench? Right now, I've got some code. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate everything you did for me.
For sure.
But right now, can you get the hell out of here? You're making people nervous. Oh, hey, did you try Palmer Grapple? It was good, right?
You look like someone with a lot of valuable information. Now, tell me everything you know about DeadSec.
Seems like we're getting hacked. We check into the home base and we get taunted by Lenny, leader of Prime 8. You know what this means? Hacker War. We meet up with Lenny directly to get her to take Prime 8's lock out of our system, which of course didn't go well. She said the only way we can get our systems fully back is by sending out a video smearing ourselves. Instead, we're going to take a different route. Prime 8 recently paired up with the Sons of Ragnarok to install malware into the ATMs, so the Sons could steal their money easier. The Sons of Ragnarok's main hideout is at Rhonda's restaurant, so I think it's time to destroy all their ATMs in the area. Destroying one group of ATMs by ramming a forklift with an explosive on it straight into them ended up being one of my favorite ways to destroy anything in this game, and you'll see it a couple more times throughout the rest of this playthrough. Lenny does know it was us that ended up blowing up everything, but still wouldn't take off the lock. Because of that, we're going to hack into Prime 8's bunker. By calling the cops on the Prime 8 members protecting the base, it causes a shootout, and the aftermath just lets us roll straight into the base. Lenny wasn't very happy about how easily we got in though, so she's deciding to blow us up. Disarming them was fairly easy though, considering I just had to hack to turn them off, and you know, that's kind of our thing. We now have a new base that all the rest of DeadSet can chill out in, and the reason I say the rest is because none of the main crew goes there, and there's really no reason to ever go back. A bit of a strange narrative choice, but okay, back to the regular base anyways.
I was going over Bloom's crime prediction algorithm, just checking up on them after their WKZ debacle. And this visualization shows how they flag different areas as low risk, high risk, or lethal force authorized.
So these areas up in Oakland?
It's high risk.
That's gang territory, makes sense. Oh, but these...
That, my friend, is CTOS without any makeup.
Motherfucker. They're setting schools, clinics, stores that shoot on sight? That's subsidized housing. I mean, those people got priced out of San Francisco. Where the fuck else are they supposed to go?
You hold on to that anger, Marcus. We're gonna need it when we go after Bloom.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
You're right. This is systemic injustice at its highest level.
You found it, Josh.
Well, Ray helped me bypass the firewall. I couldn't
Hey, no,
access
this is
them.
all yours, kid. Good work. Hey, inherent bias, I know. And we're all pissed here. I got some of my motherfucking code in that monster. If CTOS is pushing the cops to expect a shootout, they're gonna be coming in hard, too.
Basically, they'll get shot.
I get it. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Marcus heads to Oakland to tackle the issue of the gangs and the police working together. So, we set up a trap to be able to get this corruption on footage, as well as steal the car that the 580s are dropping off to the police with the smuggled goods. After causing a roadblock so the car couldn't get into the area it was supposed to, we hop in it and drive off with no one ever noticing. We give Miranda a call after dropping off the car with Wrench so we can meet up with her. Once we're at the spot, Marcus brings up all of the evidence on how corrupt the police are so that Miranda will give them a hand. Now, even though Miranda can't help directly with her being a councilwoman and everything now, she can give us a whole bunch of information. Now, on our way to a refinery to stop another exchange, we use the forklift bombs I was mentioning earlier, as well as just straight up driving cars directly into the water to get it done super quickly. And with the dock being our next step, we end up stealing an ambulance with a whole murder victim cover-up in the back, which is absolutely insane sentence just to say in general, but it's also crazy to play it out right. To drop it off, though, we had to go ahead and drop it off in front of the federal building, which is also just as wild. Lastly, though, the insanity doesn't end. We end up making our way to Alcatraz to try to free a kidnapping victim. Of course, though, Marcus and Wrench nerd out that Marcus is going to Alcatraz, but that's besides the point. Hopping in a boat and docking there, we then get on the roof to access the abandoned prison from the top. The police in the 580s keep the guy locked up in one of the cells, so we have to hack Alcatraz's system to be able to get access to open the cells and get into the cell to be able to untie him. This level for me ended up being easily the hardest one in the game. It wasn't too difficult, but it was still definitely the hardest in comparison, but that's not saying too much. There was so much firepower inside of Alcatraz as well as clear sightlines, so it felt like almost anything that I did in there would be seen. On top of that, when you're escaping, a helicopter chases you out and dozens of people are on foot, and there ends up being a handful sitting by right where my boat was, so that made it a little bit more difficult when they're shooting you with shotguns. Once you're on the boat, though, escape is fairly straightforward. Considering you don't have to do anything fancy to escape the helicopter and police boats, you can just kind of drive straight forward.
Yo, I am never going to Alcatraz again.
You got to live the dream, man. You escaped from the rock? That is 100% legit.
Okay, do you mind, man? Look.
Please?
I think I just want to sleep for like a year, if that's okay with you guys, all right?
Not yet.
Yo, come on. All right, fine, I'm up. Damn.
And voila.
Here with us now is City Councilor Miranda Kamei with her take on this latest blow to Oakland's foundering reputation.
Thank you, Shirley. But if it were not for the actions of public watchdogs and one very forthcoming eyewitness, we would not be having this conversation. It is my pleasure to announce that we have already launched a full-scale internal investigation with the cooperation of Oakland's finest. We want to make the Oakland PD a welcome name.
Look. Bigger picture moment here, okay? Let's all breathe in. Everything DedSec does supports our narrative, and breathe out. DedSec is a distraction, but they are our distraction. So let's hold on to that thought. Namaste.
One of our DedSec followers ends up tipping us off about some guys running around in low poly mouse masks. Of course, that's an immediate red flag to T-Bone. We had to deal with the psycho low poly mouse mask wearing DJ himself, Default, who we faced in Watch Dogs 1. Going around and hacking emails of the guys with the mouse mask, there seemed to be no connection with Default, yet still they want to start exposing people's private data as a no one can have secrets initiative. Since they're doing this to just the regular person and not the manipulators at the top of Silicon Valley though, we have a little bit of an issue. Josh ends up finding out where they're gonna have their meeting, so off to Disrupt we go. Getting their spot so quickly, we end up there before anyone else. Only logical thing to do then is to hack their server and get all the info we need, as well as delete any blackmail or private data they have on anyone they want to expose or recruit. We do learn of a location where they seem to keep a lot of their major equipment, and when we get there, it seems like they were stupid enough to keep it all in one place. So not only was I able to use my brand new favorite weapon, but I think I also found my brand new favorite ride. DedSec needs a break every once in a while. The whole group went to meet up at a bar for a little bit of R&R. That doesn't go quite to plan though, as I'm sure you could have guessed. We get an anonymous message saying that we're being watched within a photo taken by the apparent watcher. Marcus then tries to keep everyone composed as he goes out to the front to try to find the assailant as everyone sneaks out the back. There's a source we're able to pick up and we trace it back to a van that we end up stealing and driving away to make the hack easier. The main issue now is that Wrench tells us that we just started hacking into an FBI source and are currently running away in their van. This chase not only goes all over the city, it also goes over bridges and eventually on a boat in the water. Escaping did end up taking a long time, but once we were free, we got into contact with Wrench to meet up. Wrench wasn't very clear on where to be, but at least Marcus knew what he was talking about.
You like this place, huh?
Food is average.
You get anywhere?
I can't tell if she thinks my mask is hot or creepy. The main FBI office is in the Delamis building. We really need the rest of that data.
Because
something hinky's going on, man. Something big. Different hackers I know, We've been noticing vans following them around and shit.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time the FBI's tried to strong-arm hackers. Join us or die type shit. Why now?
The timing is suspicious, given our popularity. How much do you trust Ray? He might have cut a deal.
Oh man, no way. Hey, trust me on this one.
Okay. Maybe Miranda could help?
Yeah, maybe. She uses a car service all the time. I'll tap into the feed and show up as a driver.
Can I get you anything?
I'm just leaving. But can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think my friend's mask is hot or creepy?
Both.
You staying for another cup of coffee? Have a good one.
Making our way to pick up Miranda, we ask her about any intel she has on the FBI's recent involvement. She said that they have prioritized hacker groups in trying to shut them down or blackmail them to use them. After Marcus pleaded for a bit of more help from Miranda, she sets us up with a contact inside the FBI, which the way that we have to contact them is by using a secret code at a very specific payphone that Miranda told us the location to. After making the call, we were able to get access to an elevator to go up towards the network tower. The ping that we get from the hack now tells us which server inside of the FBI building we need to make our way to. Now, of course, we're inside an FBI building. Everyone is strapped to the teeth with weapons, so we either have to be the stealthiest we've ever been, or find a super cheesy spot for a shootout. It was the shootout. We were able to hold a defensive position inside of a main server room with all the DedSec information as we're hacking it. Then, slowly move our way closer to the next exit when we were able to finally use this brand new unlocked ability, where we can disrupt everyone's comms in the area and temporarily stun them. It ends up being just long enough to make it out with minimal bullet wounds. To be able to unlock that ability that useful still late in this game, I think is really cool, and I certainly did not unlock everything in my playthrough by the end of the game, but this is one of the best things I could have done prior to that. Now, after we got out, we learned we did not get all the information we needed. There are still 2 antennas we need to hack to get all the info needed. So, Marcus is heading towards one, and Wrench will tackle the other. As we make it to our location with Marcus, we call Wrench as he finishes his. Unfortunately though for Wrench, the FBI gets a hold of him before our conversation can even end. We can't even go after him yet though, because we need to hack the antenna we're at to learn the location of the FBI's secret hideout, which is the place that will more than likely be taking him. Swiftly hacking the antenna, Josh is now able to triangulate the location and hack into the cameras where Wrench is being held. With his mask being stripped off and an FBI agent interrogating him, Wrench is in one hell of a position. All of a sudden though, the one and only Dusan Numek walks in, which luckily causes this interrogation to go sideways and for us to be able to hack Wrench's mask to tell him that we're watching him and we know where he is. After everyone fans out and they let Wrench go, Dusan moves towards the camera and gestures to it, signaling he knows we are watching as well. With a freshly pissed off Marcus, we drive directly to the FBI's hideout, to not only get Wrench and his mask back, which they kept, as well as to be able to hack into their server and get the extortion plan of the hack groups and air it out to the public. Using the RC jumpers to grab Wrench's mask and to start to download the data, all we have to do is sit just outside of the building and watch everyone scramble to try to figure out where this hack is coming from. Finally being able to drive away, we sent Satara the info on the FBI's plan so she can start working on a video exposing them as we go ahead and bring Wrench his mask back.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, man.
You know all that shit that Dusan said? I would never turn on you.
He's just trying to tear us apart. I'm not gonna let him do that. Look, he's got the FBI on speed dial and he's gonna come after us hard, so I need all of you. We can't do this without each other.
We won't. Thanks, Marcus.
Unfortunately, after dealing with the FBI, things do not slow down yet for DedSec. Recently, Horatio went dark and we haven't heard from him in a bit. So, just to try and check on him, we went to his last known location and hacked the...
No clues, but there is a street cam.
Okay, yeah. Hooking into the camera. Let's roll back the time code and see what happened.
There he is.
Who the hell's that guy?
Get out of there, Horatio.
Yeah,
Jesus!
Oh, fight back, man!
I don't believe this.
Jesus, they're fucking kidnapping him!
We gotta figure out who they are.
Josh, get some facial rec going.
Fuck! That one's pretty clear.
Louis Trevino. He's a member of the Tesca's gang.
The Tescos? Oh, shit.
The race is on. We're able to get a GPS location off of one of the kidnappers who is a Tesca member, and it's time to rush over to the house where they're keeping Horatio.
Horatio, man, I'm here, man. Hey, call 911, Josh, call 911. Hold on. I'm here, man, I'm here. Help's coming, okay? Hang on, man. He's dead, guys. Sorry, Josh, he's fucking dead.
Oh my god, Marcus, get out of there now!
Fuck! Hey, hold on.
You're smart, right?
Yeah, I'm smart. Not so smart, he didn't get caught. All that shit you seem to know, you're gonna feed to us. I'm not telling you shit. Fuck you. Fuck. Oh, fuck me, boy. No, cuidado. No, pinche puta.
Get out of there, Marcus! You gotta get out!
Not yet.
How are they gonna kill my boy like that? You actually killed somebody in this game? Alright, this is honestly the biggest reason I don't think this game was perfect. Killing off Horatio in a mostly upbeat and fun game just feels like total shock value. Yes, this game has gotten more serious as of late with what we just went through with Wrench getting kidnapped too and everything, but this isn't two serious levels back to back, like one serious level and then another serious level that changes the tone and the dynamic of this entire game. You'll see that when this level is done, everything tends to go back to sunshine and rainbows, and Horatio is never really mentioned again, which I feel like also proves the point of this being only shock value. This feels like it was put in the game to tug at heartstrings and force a super emotional scene to make you upset. This game didn't need a character death to do that, proven by what we just went through as well with Wrench and him coming to terms of his kidnapping and his mask being stolen. This also is here to try to set up more of a rivalry with the gangs around the city instead of just using the many other reasons we could be fighting with them. And not too long ago, we just ruined their sting with the police. That'd be more than enough reason to start a feud with gangs around town. But instead, this game decides to kill off a character, and because of that, it's probably why he hasn't been featured in a lot of parts of this game, except for the noodle part. The part where he is of narrative necessity that they added in there for his character. Horatio is in none of the side quests in this game. I'm guessing as a failsafe, just in case you were to play them after he had died. It just feels like a waste and an underutilization of a very cool character and an unnecessary jab at the heartstrings, in a game that didn't need a dark event to get you emotionally invested. They wrote good enough characters for that to happen naturally. I will end this rant here though when it comes to this situation and get back to the main issue at hand here. Revenge. Calling the police and using the jumper to move around, we're able to collect data and evidence on all the crimes the Tescas have been committing, making sure on the way out to burn their drug farm. From the data we hacked, we know that we're going to the Tesca's shipping hall down at the port, sneaking around and setting all their product on fire and causing just general havoc for them. With a clean getaway, it's off to make the people who killed Horatio pay. They're meeting at Canal to try to figure out how to fend off DedSec, and we're not going to give them the time to think. We get there prior to most of our targets arriving, so it's easy to pick them off one by one. Taking them down by calling the police, explosions, and just straight up shooting them, we were able to take them down fairly easily. Now, I did learn while playing this level, you don't actually have to kill your targets, you just have to pacify them. Which made me realize I could have done a pacifist run with this game, and that's pretty cool. There is one more Tesco we have to take out though. They may have not been one of the kidnappers, but we gotta take down the ringleader. Because not only did his people take out Horatio, but he's also running a dogfighting ring, so that's reason enough for me. The hideout is located in Oakland's Chinatown, so once we're there, we have to get down an elevator and in towards the ring. Typically, I like going in most of these levels with at least an attempt of being quiet for the most of it, but with these guys, they don't deserve it. So blasting my way down to the main fighting area, I just started sniping everyone with my pistol while they decided to pile up all in one area and not rush me. On the escape route, we get caught up by the only exit, but with a little bit of patience, we can run out the door while using our mass communication hack to stun everyone and get a ride out of there.
Got him on, man.
I didn't get there quick enough, brother.
Shit, man. Tesca's could come after any one of us, dude. Me, you, Josh, anybody.
They went after Horatio, and he refused to give us up.
I'll be along in a bit, man.
Morning time is now over, and after a call with Ray, he's said to meet him at the coast with promise of the biggest job yet.
Wait for it.
Wait for what?
Well, I was hoping for some kind of dramatic reveal, but my time is...
It's a Galilei rocket, so what, man?
Yeah, well, that there Galilei rocket is number 4. The satellites they're carrying, all Bloom.
Shit.
Yeah.
Is this guy interested? Those satellites are putting a lot of data out of our reach.
This is next level shit, my friend. You've been waiting for your chance to hit Bloom.
Well, now we can hit him fucking hard. You're thinking about putting a little something on the next satellite launch and piggybacking into orbit? You a crazy motherfucker, man.
I'm out of this world, baby.
Oh, shit.
You drive.
Yeah.
After dropping Ray off, we're on our way to the Galilei building. When we get there though, I realize we need the quadcopter. It's the drone we had used to win the contest during the festival, but I can't afford it, so we're gonna do what you do when you're low on money. Getting the quadcopter now, I see what I was missing out on. This thing is a master of reconnaissance, and is used to of course hack areas not normally accessible. Being able to get that hack done now after getting the quad, it's time to break into Galilei. This place is absolutely huge on the inside, but also has so many things that we can hack to attempt to get ourselves through. This may have been the longest a level had taken me to figure out even one initial route, especially since the quad adds such a whole new element alongside the jumper. I also didn't know that Marcus had to physically be at our goal, so after I finally made it with the jumper, I just had to redo it all with Marcus. But after a lot of planning and slowly making our way through, we make it to the motherboard. A motherboard we're using to put our code in, so when the satellite takes off into space, we should have some type of control over it. Getting up to the top was actually fairly easy, as no guards were on the top levels where the satellite is, so the install was smooth. And on top of that, following back the route I created earlier, the way out was simple. Driving away, Ray mentioned that the rocket was going to take a little while to launch, so just try and chill until then. So, I take my favorite ride around town. Eventually, we do get a call for the launch party back at the base.
The man of the hour. Come on, Western Crusher. Launch waits.
Oh, bitch, please. I'm clearly Cisco.
Jake Cisco?
Captain Cisco.
We are minutes away from having Bloom at our mercy.
Well, we're gonna cook the shit out of their goose.
T minus 20, 19, 18.
17, 95, Cordy, Googleplex. You know, just imagining that big data load is enough to get me to half-mast and touching cloth at the same friggin' time.
3, 2, 1. Lift off! Woo!
With the satellite up in space now, it is time to start hacking into major Bloom facilities around the world. First, the power plant in Seoul, where we cut the power so we can access behind their firewall. Second, we go to Dubai and get into their server farm after swiping the access code. Third, Dumbledore's office, which has a handful of passwords that we'll need to get further down the line. Last but not least, Delaware, Bloom's massive data center holding all the info that what we may ever need, and after a quick download, it's done.
Yes! Marcus, you beautiful bastard!
Okay, alright, okay.
Guys, look.
Oh.
It'll take forever to go through all this.
Focus on why the satellites are in play. Ray.
Yeah, already got eyes on it. Holy lovin' fuck. It's a backbone.
Satellite backbone?
What about the latency? There's no way they can match the speed of fiber optics.
If I'm reading this right, they are. Bloom did it. They're bypassing the undersea cables with satellites.
That's a quantum leap in tech. I mean, if this works, it'll take hackers years to catch up, or...
Not for us. We're already in. Hey, who's on Bloom's client list?
We got Noodle. We got Invite. We got Titus. We got Galilee. We got the government. The New York Stock Exchange.
Wait, so all these companies just agreed to up and funnel all their data through Bloom? Does anyone else find this suspicious?
All that data at Bloom's fingertips, that's like the world's most powerful monopoly.
Can we nuke the backbone?
No, even if we could, we still need answers.
Hey, everybody listen up. Our work is far from over, but with this score, at least we're on the playing field. So pick a target. Invite, Titus, whatever, and start digging. Look for shit they're not supposed to be doing, right? Dushan wants to paint us as an enemy? Let's show him what going to war with us really means.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
You know what's up. I saw those wheels spinning. Look, I don't want you using Marcus as your personal weapon against Bloom.
Where the fuck is this coming from?
I know about Raymond Kenny and his great collateral damage.
We're using each other here. That was always the deal, Satara. Marcus is a big boy. He knows how to look after himself.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Weird.
What's up, Ray?
Joshua picked up something strange from the Galilee hack.
It's code, but the comments are in Chinese.
Tell me the Chinese didn't hack the satellite backbone already?
Not the satellite. The submarine cables connecting China and the US. That's not even the interesting drop your pants part. Bloom's been monitoring the hack.
Joshua says the hackers are stealing data and using it to make a mint on the New York Stock Exchange.
The hackers turned insider traders, so it's not the first time it's happened.
Yeah, we'll get this. The program the hackers are using? Drum roll, Josh, please. recognition software. Sure as shit looks like a bellwether to me.
And Bloom knows? So why are they sitting on it?
Well, that's why we're talking. We have nothing solid to go on, except our Chinese hackers use their access to pre-clear a cargo ship landing in San Francisco. Their shipping containers just arrived at the port.
I'll check it out.
All that exposition now leads us to some recently shipped containers at a small port. The specific container we have to get to has another one in the way, so we have to move it by hacking a crane, which is pretty cool. After we're able to get that specific container open, an unsuspected prize pops out, and after some skillful hog tying from Marcus, we're able to keep the guy down. So now it's time to find some human traffickers, and Sotara may know who, the Auntie Shoe Boys. Getting in touch with Sotara's contacts, they point us towards the Auntie Shoe Boys base. So after basically walking in their back door, we're able to grab some of their data out of a safe and walk right back out. We find in their data that they have floating server farm and generators out in international waters by the US-China cable. To see what's going on with that barge, we make our way to a small lighthouse. Ray suggested to go and hack into the satellites. Moving our way over to where the barge is with the satellites, we're able to hack the cameras on the ship, which then gives us the ability to hack one of the ship RC jumpers to move around. Sneaking through the vents, we get some login information and are able to spike their fuel gauges, which makes them think that they need to fuel up back by San Francisco. With them coming back into shore, we take a boat out to the ship to locate the main server we want. Using a combination of the quad to scope out our paths, and using our jumper to then get the admin controls, we figure out which server is best to grab. Luckily, the main server was already on a forklift, so it was as easy as driving it over to the service elevator and getting it out in the open. Then we were told to wait by the rest of the crew, and they'd get us out.
Fuck! Oh, God! Oh, shit! Slow fucking down. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, what? Fuck. Hey, yo, Josh, man. How many times have you flown this thing?
You know, Michelle, we're just glad that these hackers were finally brought to justice. It frankly shows a flaw in the system, from the submarine cables to the spying and sabotage by groups like DedSec. Now, I will tell you this. Bloom is working on a product that will eliminate this problem.
Fucker gave the hackers bellwether access so they could test it.
Then spun the attack as a vulnerability on the submarine cables. Gotta hand it to the
Thanks for
asshole.
your time.
You know more companies are going to sign up for Bloom's satellite pipeline.
Okay, so we release everything we have on Duchamp, okay? Let the public hang him like they did fucking Mussolini.
Breaking his neck isn't the answer.
Well, sitting on our asses isn't either, okay? No, but for once, what I want
Shut
you to
up! He's baiting us. Think.
He's trying to neutralize us one last time as a threat. And we are a threat. We agreed, all of us, to play this thing out on our own terms. Has that changed? Good. We almost have everything we need to hurt him permanently. So let's all get back to work, and let's bring this thing home. Hmm? All right.
With everything set up to start hitting our opponents even harder, it's time to make our way over to Wrench's garage.
Okay, look, we want to go after Titus, okay?
Robotics?
Yeah.
You find something in the data, though?
Yeah, okay, well, let's just say that all the taxes and the government grants and the research programs, you'll notice the Cody signs there, none of it adds up, okay? They're collaborating with Bloom on something they call the 10-year plan. Again, Cody signs, which is supposed to improve C2S security. Then why are they filing patents on military tech?
Because the
right?
CUS is going the way of all control systems. That's why Junior here is a little bot on a mission.
No, he's not. That is not your fucking call.
What, you think you're just gonna skip through Titus's front door and steal all their dirty secrets? Even Uncle Sam buys his biometric locks from Titus. That's the level of security we're dealing with, amigo.
Palm reader? That's easy. We just need to find a hand. I bet you can win no problem.
Hey, that's your plan? Cut somebody's hand off?
But it works.
Not here. There are heart rate monitors and infrared scan that check for blood flow. No blood flow, no unlock, no pass around.
Okay, fine. Then we grab someone alive and we get them to open it for us.
No, The heart rate monitors will flag if he's nervous.
Okay, then we inject someone with a sedative to bring down their heart rate.
For fuck's sake, we already had a working plan here.
Not with him! Junior, off.
Oh.
Now you listen to me. You don't get to walk in here like you own the place, okay? This is my garage. My hardware. He wants to turn Junior into a bomb.
An EMP bomb, Trojan horse style. We hit the right hardware, fry the database, and the doors reset to the default codes. Easy fucking peasy.
Then all we need is the defaults. It does work, man.
One night in the desert together, and the two of you are best friends? You know what? Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead. Take his side, okay? Don't let me get in the way, right?
Hey, grow the fuck up, son.
Fuck you say to me?
Hey. Hold on. Chill out, man. Chill out. How do we get him inside?
Well, first of all, we're gonna have to get rid of all this meaningful propaganda.
Stop. Stop. Guys, stop. Just keep the paint. When one of these things breaks down, Titus picks them up from a service depot.
Oh.
That's your way to get him inside.
That's good. That's very good.
Nice, French.
All right. Ready to roll when you are, Marcus.
Yeah.
With the plan set in stone to be able to make our way into Titus, it's off with Wrench to the Titus repair depot to create our EMP. After causing some chaos for the employees, we were then able to grab 2 of the parts that we need with the jumper, and the other part with just Marcus straight up. That then allows us to open the warehouse door for Wrench to place our robot friend down, affectionately now nicknamed Wrench Jr. Placing the EMP on Wrench Jr., it is now time to make our way to the main Titus headquarters. Meeting up with Ray near the building, he lets us know how to make our way into the building, with him telling us the blueprints and Wrench getting the instruction manuals. Getting by the building, we take over control of Junior and have to navigate him towards the server room. This gives us a little bit of a puzzle room to go through with all the voice lines Wrench had added to Junior's programming, which made getting through the puzzle that much more fun. Getting Junior in the right place, we activate the EMP and get the codes that we need to make it deeper into the Titus building. Titus to this point definitely has the biggest building so far, and my stealth abilities can only take me so far. After a shootout in the server room, we get our info downloaded, and Ray tells us about an elevator into the CEO's office. The blueprints don't tell us where they go, so we definitely want to see it. Down the elevator, we get to what seems to be a prototype labs to whatever Titus is cooking up, and there is a big door we gotta hack our way through. But as we make our way through the hack, we find out Titus is working on a super-powered defensive and offensive bots for home security. The issue with that is Titus and Bloom would have all of the control over the robots, as well as just the defense mechanisms being extremely excessive. As the big doors slide open, we get to see a massive spider drone with a plethora of combat abilities. Time to have some fun.
Got it. The door is now open.
There should be an elevator. You'll need to find your way up to the backup server room on sublevel 3.
Who needs elevators?
Make sure you smash the shit out of everything.
Hey, what's going on in there? Don't know, man. Way above my pay grade. Good luck.
We've got all of DedSec dumpster diving through that Galilei intercept.
Anything good?
metric a shit tons of good.
I've already picked out a serious opportunity for us. Turns out Congressman Thrust's re-election campaign is getting logistical support from Invite.
That's weird. And illegal.
Right? Why not just give them money?
Invite's got years of collected data. I mean, that shit's worth way more than money.
But why back a doofus like Thrust? Dude couldn't tell his ass if someone fucking handed it to him.
Well, let's mess him up, break some windows, see what he does.
Yeah, create a reaction, might flush him out. Let's announce this. Marcus, you think you can, bitch slap him for us?
Yeah, I got something for him. I'm gonna go fuck up that big-ass billboard with his dumb face all over it. Send a clear message.
And I'm gonna hit up his campaign funding.
And I am going to fuck up his social media. And I am going to fuck up his website. And I am going to fuck up his online ads.
I'm gonna go for another beer.
Talks now of Congressman Thrust getting illegal help from Invite now has us pushing him into the spotlight. Having to sneak through some of Teska territory, we crane ourselves all the way up to the top of the billboard to give it a small makeover. Craning back down though, not as successful the first time. My bad, Marcus! Didn't mean it like that. Oh no. No. Okay. Anyways, returning to the front of Invite, we meet up with Satara, where we learn that Thrust wants to pass a fairly vague law that directly targets DedSec and any of the like. So, Satara hands us a USB to be able to hack into the Invite CEO's office to gain as much information as we can. Since the last time we were there, Invite beefed up their security because of how easily Marcus was able to get in the first time. Even it might have just been because Doosan was waiting for us, so getting in will be a lot harder. Or we just call all the gang members possible that with our new skill that we unlocked, very similar to the police one, just to, try to kill every single person in this building, making it much easier for us to get in. Tapping into Invite's CEO's phone and hacking into their servers, we find out that Invite is using Bloom's entire bellwether to manipulate public perception of Thrust, which means Bloom is the main contributor in wanting Thrust in charge. We're grouping time at the park. Wrench has us listening to some conversation of the tapped phone. Thrust is panicking as meeting up with Mary Catskill, who is Invite's CEO, at his penthouse. Thrust's penthouse is packed with a ton of security, which will make it much more difficult to move around, but gives us significantly more cameras to look through and scope out with. Wrench guides us to the main access panel to the security cameras so we can watch the conversation going down between Mary Catskill and Thrust. Tuning in, we see Doosan and Mary Catskill blackmailing Thrust into something that they want done. Since Thrust now is losing in the polls, they have to fall back on their plan B. Then the penthouse goes completely dark and off the grid. Now Marcus wants to get over there and find the information they want to potentially bring all of this down. With the help of some crane gymnastics, we land on top of the penthouse out of sight of the guards. Using the jumper, we are able to get down to the main computer and download the schematics of their plan B. The issue now arises as to how we're going to get off this giant penthouse with our cranes gone. Well, Wrench of course thought of a wild idea. With the makeshift zipline getting us to the car, we get an update on what the backup plan is. They have created voting machines that change ballots before they're ever truly placed. These machines are being held at Fort Point, where Josh will be waiting for us, and Satara told us to bring explosives. When we do get there though, Josh shows us how not used to being out in the field he is, but he informs us to blow up all the voting machines held across specific rooms in the fort. Finding our main ride as we get to the base, we use the incredible lift, which is literally able to get us in front of every window we need to throw our bombs through, as well as somehow keeping us out of the sightline of all of our enemies. Riding away in the best vehicle in this game, on our way back to base, Satara hits us up with the new video she created with all the footage we collected from inside the penthouse.
Citizens, Invite Corporation has been using your sacred vote as a plaything, targeting you individually. Invite manipulated your emotions to give support to their puppet, Mark Thrust. But DedSec hacked into Invite and changed their algorithms. Polls reversed instantly. Invite, desperate to elect Russ, resorted to their own form of hacking. Here, Invite CEO Mary Catskill delivers a virus destined for voting machines to Mark Thrust himself. The election's been delayed. Citizens, use this time to think. Do not allow yourselves to be manipulated. DedSec implores you to think before you vote. DedSec is giving you the truth. Do what you will.
You need to shut them down. Prioritize them as a threat. Something.
Yep.
It's gone on for too long.
Oh, I heard you, Mary. The first motherfucking dozen times.
If you did, we wouldn't be here, am I right?
What's going on? What? Conspiracy? And did he darken my picture? Hey, Ray, can you scrub this shit?
Yeah, it's not gonna be that easy this time. Looks like the douche has made you a federal problem. Welcome to the club, amigo.
Yeah, it's what he wanted all along, right? Set us up as the boogeyman terrorizing Silicon Valley. Dushan offers to protect them with the CTOS and the satellite backbone, and bam! Everybody falls right in line.
Yeah, now Bloom has access to all that collected data, feeding the damn bellwether. Shit, it's like they got a wider reach than the NSA now.
I bet the NSA will be real interested in cozying up to them now.
The NSA will encourage other corporations to keep spreading their legs for Bloom.
I gotta do something. I can't stay here stuck.
No way. That is exactly what Dushan wants.
Besides, you've been doing a lot of the heavy lifting so far. Time to share a load before your back breaks.
All right, you guys take the field. I'll provide you logistics.
Let's make this happen.
Hey, you gave me that look again. Are we okay?
Marcus is in serious trouble.
Yeah, so let me help. I'm not the bad guy here, Satara.
I get it, okay? But we don't use each other here. That's Primate. That's Silicon Valley.
Are you guys cool over there?
Yeah, we're cool.
Yeah, we're good. Where do you need me?
Go help Marcus.
All right.
With it being too much of a danger now for Marcus to be out in the field, we now get to play as Satara, who's going after Novak, Dusan's assistant. Apparently he's been feeding Invite some of Bloom's private data because he's in love with Mary Catskill, so we're going to use that to our advantage. Hacking into Novak's camera, we're now able to download intel and an access code off his laptop while he's having a much more interesting conversation with Mary Catskill. Moving to playing now as Wrench, our objective is to destroy Bloom's backup servers with a grenade launcher. It doesn't take too long to blow up everything and everyone and get down to the backup server, just to blow up that too. All this takes some heat off of Marcus, so we go back to him and try to finish this off by walking right through Bloom's front door. First, we need to cut off Bloom's main line of communication with Dusan and really anyone else. We have to make our way to two separate routers on each side of the floor from each other to cripple communication. After that, it's all about trying to get downstairs. Controlling the jumper, we hack access to the downstairs door and run around and making a distraction so Marcus can slip to the basement without being noticed. Making our way to the air-gapped computer, surprisingly uncontested. Getting the computer on the grid, Josh is able to download the information we need. But with that, it sets off alarms, and now we need to make it out with dozens of guards chasing us and only one exit. Using the shotgun to lure Bloom guards into a tight hallway to take down some one at a time, we gain some breathing room and break for the elevator to make our way back up. As we get up there, another dozen guards or so come in and try to take us down, but this time we use our mass communication disruptor to stun the guards just long enough so we can run out the front door.
What's good, homie?
Marcus? I have to say, I don't really see the win in you coming here, but... Oh, wait. This isn't some petty macho bullshit, is it?
Could you stop us if it was?
What, you and Encino Man here? I don't know, I'm liking my odds. Fucking Vegas is liking my odds.
Yeah, Encino Man here.
I know who the fossil is. I've been elbow deep in Ray Kenny's head. massaging his code, improving it, overriding it, but I gotta use some props though. You had chops for someone that was clicking two rocks together. Kudos to you.
Well, don't go getting all hard on my account, Duchenne. This isn't exactly what you call a social visit. It's more of a, wouldn't you say?
Fuck 'em and leave 'em situation.
Yeah, that. Right.
Right, well, I'm always up for a fucking run, but why the hell are you here?
Man, it could be important. But let me tell you a story. Our story. Everything you've done, it's all out there now. Violating the public trust, manipulating the stock markets, the lies, the fraud.
Fucking bellwether. All of it.
You're bluffing.
What happens if you actually answer it this time? Maybe it's Bloom sending you to face the firing squad alone. Or maybe it's your lawyer telling you there's no place to run. Maybe it's just a telemarketer. You really should answer it this time. Whoever it is, you're done fucking people over.
Sam Nemec! You're under arrest! Hands behind your back! Keep your locking fingers now!
Sam Nemec, you have the right to remain silent.
Hacker. It's a switch on your fears, fear of the other. They tried to isolate you. It's called divide and conquer. And they tricked you into thinking it's what you asked for. To keep you controlled and ignorant. They use CTOS to track you, to predict your behavior, to keep you in your place. They lied to you. And we promised to expose them and show you the truth. We invited you to join us, and you did. You said with one voice, we will not be lied to. We will not be afraid. We will not be silent.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So long.
Let's see what the world looks like when we aren't afraid to stand together.
San Francisco hacktivist cell DeadSec has allegedly revealed what might be the biggest scandal in Silicon Valley yet. The hackers exposed evidence that Bloom's chief technology officer, Duchenne Nemec, was abusing his access to CTOS data for his own financial and political gain. Nemec was taken into custody and is facing numerous counts of fraud, while authorities have begun seizing his accounts. Bloom's PR representative Charlotte Gardner said they are as shocked as anyone and are looking into the matter, while cooperating with authorities. Evidence highlighted by DeadSec could put Nemec in jail for a very long time.
You should probably listen to this.
Dead set. We stood together, middle fingers held high. As Silicon Valley attacked our privacy, demanded our complacency, and violated our freedoms. We caught Bloom making backroom deals with each of the biggest tech giants. Companies already specialized to track and manipulate every aspect of our lives. Bloom thought they'd use us as a boogeyman to drive these companies to their CTOS. All that data was to be protected and controlled by one master program. But we didn't play fair. We shut down their CTOS for days. We exposed them one at a time, stripped their credibility, and prevented an unprecedented state of public control. Together, DedSec gave the untouchable Big Brother its first black eye. Bloom's man behind the megaphone, Sean Nimick, will spend the rest of his days in prison, thanks to our efforts. He was an opportunist, using his connections to exploit Bloom's system. They will scapegoat him, paint him as a rogue element, claim it was a singular random incident. But we won't let him off the hook so easily. We have demonstrated their weaknesses, both human and technological. With great power comes great vulnerability. Bloom and their sycophants now face an onslaught of legal action and government investigation. Faith in the CTOS is at an all-time low. We did this. We know the greed engine will never rest. And to that, we promise, neither will DedSec. We outnumber them. With every indiscretion, every scandal, and every scam, they add to our numbers. And we will be watching. DedSec has given our warning. Do what you will.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to thank you so much for making it to the end of this giant long video about Watch Dogs 2. This is obviously something completely different that I've ever done before and probably don't know if I'll do again anytime in the near future. So I just wanted to say thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video. Either if it was on your first try, if it took you 10 times to finish this video, I just want to say thank you so much for being here at the end. I really can't appreciate it enough. I'm struggling to find the words, and that's why there's a million cuts at the end here. This video I started working on back in August of 24, and right now, as I'm recording this very thing at the end of me pretty much editing it, it is February of 25. So this project has taken me about 6 months to go ahead and start from the start to finish, and it has taken a lot of time, a lot of work, but it's finally done and I'm so happy I did it. This is a video I put, like I said, a ton of work into, and I really do only expect it to probably only get like 15-20 views, which is fine. That's how my channel is. That's how I expect this video to be. And if it blows up, then it's great and lovely, and I can't be any more appreciative of all of you for blowing it up. But at the end of the day, I made this video to prove to myself that I could put a really high quality YouTube video out there. Something I'm genuinely proud of myself, something that I can genuinely show other people like, hey, I can make something really good. So if this video comes with any success, it's just the cherry on top. But realistically, like I said, I don't really expect that. I just did this to prove to myself and really hope that whoever does watch this thoroughly really enjoys it. Because at the end of the day, that's all what it's about, is making content you're happy with for yourself and making content that other people will enjoy. It may not appeal to a mass audience, it may only appeal to 5 people, but that's fine. Other people enjoying it, and that's what I'm happy about. If you guys do want to see more videos like this in the future though, please let me know. If this video does do well and absolutely blows up, I will do my absolute best to get another video like this up by probably summer. That might be overshooting, undershooting, I'm not sure, but I'll try to get another video up as soon as possible. If the video does like how I think it will, which is like 15-20 views, if that, then I will probably go ahead and do another one at some point, but you're probably hopefully looking for another one in 2025. I'm not sure if I'll get another one done by the end of the year. But other than that though, I would love to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you enjoyed it, I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.